So today's video is all about the Chinese rose. The Chinese rose is an extremely good species for making indoor bonsais. It's one of the best, if not the best, but I'm not jumping into that trap because I don't wanna, okay? But it's in my top 3 best bonsai species for indoor bonsais. I'm gonna make a video, I promise, with these top 3 and talk about each and every one a little bit. A good friend of mine gave this tree to me, I think about 4 years ago. It was November, October 2019, something like that. So it was a big house plant. And she said, take this because I'm gonna throw it away. She moved to another place, another apartment, and she didn't wanna be bothered with this big tree. It was so big that when I brought it inside in my apartment, a lot of branches broke because it couldn't fit well through the door frame. So the first thing that I did back then, repot the tree, of course, into a nice big growing pot using bonsai substrate mix because it was in a very bad soil. And the second thing, I trunk chopped it. I discovered the base of the tree because you need to get to the base of the tree. It had two main trunks, so I've chopped them down and let it grow. This dual trunk tree went through a lot of operations, okay? At some point I even chopped the right trunk and I've kept the top part, removed the bottom part. After the part from the top rooted, I've changed it with the bottom part. It went through a lot, and even though it went through so many heavy and brutal operations, the tree is very good. Yeah, of course, the tree, it's got some problems still. It's got some big scars on it, but time will fix everything. So today I've repotted the tree. From previous repottings, I have little experience with this type of a tree, and especially this type of a pot. This pot is it's pretty concave, and it's pretty hard to get the tree out of the pot. Oh, come on! I think I need to change this pot because if this tree was another species that didn't grow so aggressive roots, maybe it was fine, but this is not good because I've repotted this tree less than a year ago, and as you can see, again, it's a pretty big challenge to get the tree out of this pot. Also, I'm cleaning the base of the trunks a little bit because we're starting to get some nebari, and the top of the root ball needs to be clean. The best way to do this is by using a bonsai brush because it's just very good, and it will basically break those little roots. So of course the usual stuff when we repot, check out the links in the description, because this video today is not about repotting, it's about this particular tree. I have a lot of repotting videos that you can check out. I ended up cutting down a lot of roots, but this is what happens with this tree almost every time. One, because of the pot, and second, because they're so compacted that we need to cut a lot of them to make space for oxygen, for the water flowing, because it's so compacted. So I've cut a lot of roots, but I've elevated the tree in the pot. I've also cut down on the roots from the top. It's pretty balanced, it's better. The surface, it's better, and I also like that the top surface, it's uneven, and that's very good. Try to stay away from even stuff, from stuff that just look like boxes. This is an artistic form, so stay away from putting your bonsai right through the middle of the pot, okay? Just like in photography or in painting, okay? Things shouldn't be dead center, okay? Never. But of course, by taking so much of the root mass, now I need to prune the tree. So I didn't prune that much from the branches, as you can see. Because I made a little boo-boo. I made a little mistake. I don't know why I'm still experimenting on such beautiful trees. Of course, we'll always need to experiment, but don't do it like I do it on this such a nice tree. Do it on smaller trees, okay? So I'm living in a temperate area. For those of you who grow indoor bonsais in temperate areas, never prune your indoor trees later than September in the fall. I pruned this tree in October, so it didn't grow that much. I pruned it too late. It should have grown bigger. That's why I'm not pruning that much. I wanted to prune more than this, but I'm just pruning it a little to let it go back into balance with the root, but also to let it grow some more before I do some serious pruning to it. The more you let your tree grow and then you come in and prune hard, the better, okay? Because it gathers up and it stores a lot of energy, and when you cut down pretty hard, it will flush from everywhere. New buds will emerge, you will get new branches, ramifications, you get everything. It's best for the tree to grow very, very, very big, okay, and then prune it back hard. When I'm thinking back in time, that the tree went through a lot of heavy operations, and you know what, 4 years is a very distant amount of time for this kind of a tree to get from that stage, from a houseplant, to what it is today. I'm very pleased with that. It's better to make them good from the start, but that's pretty complicated. Bonsais don't always do what you want them to do. Especially if you want to establish a style from the start, you need a foundation, a tree that can go into that style in the future. So if you have a formal upright, it's very hard to transform that tree into a cascade, okay? Because you want that, but the tree doesn't want that. So when you get like I did, okay, so I've got what I've got, okay, here you go, take this, you know. You have to work with the tree. In that cases, you have to work with the tree, see what it wants, and make adjustments and modifications, but don't be afraid to do them, and do them early. Don't just wait, let's see how this is going to get next year, 2 years, we'll see about. No, chop it down, okay? Because the earlier you made that decision, the faster you'll get a beautiful looking tree. Repot it, use good quality bonsai soils. Let it grow big. Use quality fertilizers. Don't just use any fertilizer. Repot the tree when it's good for repotting. Don't repot the tree if the tree doesn't need repotting. There's signs, okay, there's always signs. So just let the tree grow big. Let it grow big, cut it down hard. Let it grow big, cut it down hard. Prune it down hard, okay? It's just better. The tree, when it gets so big, will get a lot of energy into it, and when you cut down hard, you get a lot of buds popping up, and you'll get branches everywhere, and you can choose, you let them grow again, and little by little you eliminate some of the branches and keep the ones that make you happy, okay? And little by little you'll have a pretty nice looking tree.